to take us from one kirtan to another. That Srila Prabhupada allowed us to become so attached to kirtan is a miracle. But it was from the beginning in India our main activity. Very oftentimes people didn't join in the kirtan because they were so quick, just a short 4 or 5 minutes in a station, sometimes 10 minutes. And it was so nice, our party, there was various people would lead kirtans. It was not one person all the time. People shared the leading of the kirtans. Such a nice experience. And again, the camaraderie was so strong.
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
When we passed Kurukshetra, Srila Prabhupada called us all to the train car. We were standing looking out the train car door, and Srila Prabhupada took his left hand and unfolded his arm and said, "This is where the battle of Kurukshetra took place." And all of the devotees paid obeisances while we were speeding along in the train. Then we had a small stop in Kurukshetra station and we jumped out and performed kirtan. We all felt so fortunate to be with Srila Prabhupada. Arrival in Amritsar. Srila Prabhupada was so tireless in this preaching phase. From Mangalarti until 11 o'clock at night we had engagements, and all of his youthful devotees, 25 and early 30s, could barely keep up with Srila Prabhupada. And when we weren't having kirtan at the pandal itself, we did Nagar Kirtan throughout the streets of Amritsar. And they were very receptive to our kirtan party. This is a very large Sikh population where the Golden Temple is.
One day we were brought to have a tour of the Golden Temple, and no pictures like a mosque, and at the top of the little temple there's a Grantha, the holy book is there, and they sit reading it all the time. And after we went there, we went to the chapati room. In those days they were feeding anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 people a day a free meal. The pit itself must have been about 12 or 14 feet across, and suspended over the middle of the fire was a big old cast iron plate. And then around the room were all these Indian men and women rolling chapatis. As we sat and watched, there were chapatis unpuffed and puffed, flying through the air in the room all the time like flying saucers. Prabhupada said, "See how they are doing this? This is how you distribute prasadam." He really liked it. He said, "Learn to do like this."
The citizens of Surat would greet us with sandalwood paste and kumkum, and many times they would come and give us bananas and mangoes and whatever kind of fruit they had, and we were pulled into people's houses from the middle of kirtan and offered, you know, a cold lassi or some sweets, and the whole town was just suffused with Krishna consciousness. The entire town was on fire with devotion. They made us even more spiritual and more devotional. We'd done Harinam in many places, but the people made this an experience of a lifetime. And Prabhupada was tireless. He would speak nonstop. He would greet the children and give them the little sweets, and he would sit for hours and have darshan. with thousands of people. People were just so kind to us and so genuinely sweet.
Prabhupada said when we were in